Go New World August 2022. All right, here we go. Whatever they don't cover, we'll probably go and watch it on Danny's video. All right.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the August Developer Update. As you can
Scott.
see, Tina's not here today, so we're going to do things a little bit different. It's going to be a group of us talking through everything together. First, though, I want to introduce the other people at the table with me. So we have Dan Henhuber, who is our social experience lead.
Look at the little
We have
pyramid
his
in the
partner
center.
in camouflage, Mike Willett, who is the world experience lead. And we have Katie, who's the live lead producer type person on the team.
Type.
So anyway,
Nailed it.
got it.
All your live
That was
issues.
perfect.
Yell at her.
Before we start, though, I want to touch base on a quick update. The summer Medley Fair, we're going to actually run that until September 6th. Just so you all know, you have a little more time to get your Maudlin Haze and get up to the Maestro and get all the good goodies there. Today, we're going to talk about the next update, which is the Brimstone Sands update that is coming in October. We're pretty excited about this. It is a massive update. We're also going to do a little bit of a dive into territory management and progress we're making toward that.
Look at that shot. Look at this, dude. Look at this matter, man. So wait, hold on. So look at this chat.
Do a little bit of a dive
Look
into
at this.
territory management and progress we're making toward
This is one house. All right. So this is one house.
that and how we're
So if you buy this, you basically have a 4-story building with a goddamn balcony over here to sit and read your books, right? To sit down and read your books. Look at this, dude. You literally have mansions now. You literally have a mansion that, dude, this is so amazing, dude. This is so freakingly amazing, Chad. This is insane. I am surprised that they didn't update the crafting station. They look like shit, you know, but probably they're working on it. Like the crafting station should be with a theme, you know, thematically, like the town is. We know that we have different crafting stations, models across you know, Eternum. Like a bunch of cities have different furnaces. Not furnaces. Yeah, furnace and blacksmithing tables than some other cities. So Everfall, since everything is like brick and colonial style, dude, the crafting station should be just like that. Here we go. The upcoming update.
All right, we want to talk a little bit about the Brimstone update. We're not going to go too deep because in September we have some time reserved where we're going to really dive into that. But at a high level, you know, Mike, do you want to give an overview of Brimstone, which is the anchor for the release?
Sure thing, Scott. So some background on it and the lore. An old Egyptian kingdom basically arose thousands of years ago in this area of Eternum, known as Brimstone Sands, and they had this symbiotic relationship with the ancients. And along the way, there was a big falling out and a war that occurred. No details to share yet. You're going to have to wait till the next update. But what happened is,
Dude,
almost 1,000 years later, the Roman legion arrived. And then they had some encounters with corruption. And that led to kind of the modern state where things are in disarray. And one of your old allies has now become a nemesis here on Eternum. And so part of that.
dude, if it comes out clean, at least that the Grey Sword doesn't have any major bugs. If it comes out clean, oh my god, dude. Because the hype is real. A lot of people is gonna come back for the Grey Sword playstyle and the Brimstone map, alright? If it comes out semi-clean, dude. If it comes out semi-clean, like every other weapon could be freaking broken and bugged. As long as the Grey Sword comes out clean, so everybody that is tying the Grey Sword has a good time, that is all we can hope.
That story has to play out in this brand new, almost 3 zones worth of content, which is Brimstone Sands.
So, taking that NPC over there as perspective, right? It looks like this is just inside the town. So, we're not even going to be able to fight out here, chat. This is an area that is probably going to be completely empty. Or hopefully, they make it where you can duel in this area. Because this is inside a town. I'm just paying attention to that. And we won't be able to duel in here. Why would make a 1v1 arena where, you know, you won't be able to duel? That makes no sense. Although maybe this is the area where they are going to put the event thing when it happens. So you know how in the Medley Fair and all the other, you know, this all the time they put it in like the center of the town. So probably here is where they're gonna put the Christmas tree at the end of the year, and we're gonna put the Medley Fair stuff, the summer event. So probably this area is just for that.
is a big place.
It is a massive place. We have sulfur pools and new ancient artifacts and structures and brand new POIs and dozens of new enemies. It is an awesome place.
We want to leave some surprises.
Some surprises. I'm not going to dive into
that's-
too many
Dude,
details.
you can
but
tell how
there's some
exciting he
features
is.
there that are just like very good.
Dude, look at these moves, dude. Look at that, man. That looks so freaking badass, Chad. That looks so freaking badass. Give me a second. I'm gonna take that off. There you go. I took that off. Look at them creatures, dude.
Yeah, and it's just fun to have this massive, diverse zone to run around that looks nothing like anything in the game right now.
Right?
I'm really excited to share that with everybody. And I guess if you're going to be hanging out in this new zone with really tough enemies, you're going to need something to help you live there, right? A new weapon.
A new
yes.
weapon. What's that one that players have been asking about?
Sweat Gourd.
I didn't like
Oh
that
no,
at
I'm sorry.
all.
Great sword.
There it is.
Totally messed that up. No, I know it's been long requested. And,
That was cringe
talked
as
to the
fuck.
Daves about
She's like, are you fucking with me? That's a great joke trick. What did he say? A swear. You know what? Hold on. What did he say? A swear girl. Dude. Hold on. I need to listen to it again.
No, I know it's been long requested. And great sword.
There it is.
Sweat Gourd.
It's actually funny, dude. That's actually fucking genius, dude. That is dude, it grew up in me, all right? It grew up in me, dude. It fucking grew up in me, dude. Dude, that That's the best thing about the video so far. Dude, that's it. Nothing can match that. Forget the great sword. The sweat gore is what I want to hear from now on, alright? Man, that shit was hilarious. The first time was cringe as fuck. I gave it another chance. The best fucking joke in the game. Alright. Yo, Vegan Man. Once again, thank you so very much for the raid. Raiders, welcome in. Welcome in.
Have been asking about.
Sweat Gourd.
I didn't like
Oh
that
no,
at
I'm
all.
sorry. A great sword. Totally messed that up. No, I know it's been long requested. And,
I like him
talked
a
to the
lot
Daves
now,
about
dude.
this at length, so some more teasers about it.
Oh,
It does
shit.
scale evenly off of strength and dex, two-handed weapon, and allows you to stance dance between basically the two trees. One is really offensive oriented, and it's called, I think it's Onslaught. And basically, you're sacrificing health basically for damage.
You're sacrificing armor per damage. You're sacrificing armor. That what it does is you deal extra 20% damage, but you take extra 20% damage. So you're sacrificing defenses for damage, not health. Well, essentially, you are. If you get hit, though, if you get hit,
So you're going to receive more damage so you can give more damage. And there's an awesome give and play with that. And you're also going to sacrifice more
No, it was
stamina
20%.
in order to do heavier attacks much faster. So it's a really cool tree. And then when you use abilities from the Defiant stance, which is more defense oriented, also can be used by tanks. 'cause
oh
it has
my
things that
god,
will
dude,
draw
that is so
aggro.
amazing, dude. Look at that armor, chat. Chat, look at this armor. Have you guys paid attention to this armor?
A lot of count.
Look at this. Maybe this is just one of the developers playing with whatever they want over here. But you look like a goddamn Power Ranger.
Counter hit play.
Dude, look at this. Oh my god, blue Power Rangers, assemble.
You're going to do less damage, but you're going to take.
Okay, nah, he's 100% a GM. Look, first of all, his weapon is so big. All right, give me a second. First of all, hold on. His weapon is so big that it doesn't even fit. All right, this weapon is at least this long. All right, his sword is at least that big. All right, that sword is so big that did you see the damage it did? Yeah, no, he has that shit. He probably has like 18,000 strength.
Take less damage. And so there's a lot of things where you can block incoming attacks, and the amount of attacks that you block during a set amount of time will unleash even more damage.
That's
on
so
the
cool.
release.
You know what I was thinking with that? Listen to this. That ability, all right? You put that ability on. You wait until a goddamn Great Axe Warhammer boy comes in with a gravity well, right? Gravity well. What do they usually come in after that? With a maelstrom. You put this thing. The gravity well explodes. The maelstrom goes and all of this damage that you block, you're gonna say, backslap, bitch! And you're gonna beat the shit out of them. You're gonna beat the shit out of them with a sweat gourd for 80,000 damage. And they're gonna be like, holy fucking shit. I can no longer use gravity well and all of these abilities back to back. All right?
Love
Really
to
cool,
hear that we are thinking about tanks when we talk about these trees.
Yeah, it's a really unique weapon. I'd love to see tank play, and just how it gets incorporated into other people's builds. But
Well, yeah, that's the key, I think, is you can pair it because it's dex and strength with so many of our weapons. It's gonna, players are gonna find things we never thought of as far as ways to use this. Again, it's a really exciting release coming up. There's a lot.
There's probably more, but I'm going to save that for the next update because I'm sure the Daves really want to dive in.
We really got the like important stuff out of the way, which is when that's going to be headed their way, and is the great sword included?
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Well, and, you know, is it
Fucking killing it, dude! He's a fucking fire, dude! This man is unstoppable tonight, chat. He's coming from every angle, dude. He's coming from every angle. Like, whenever you don't even expect it. This guy couldn't hold it anymore. He was sitting there. He was sitting there the whole time. You know, look, at one moment, as you can see, he's falling asleep, right? At one moment, he's falling
The
asleep.
great sword included.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
well, and, you know, is
He was like, all right, you got me there. You got me there. They're all dads and moms, you know what I mean? Dude.
is there any other playable content in
Look at his that is a proud face, dude. Look at that face, dude. He's so proud. He's so proud of that joke. Look at that, like, yeah. This is my kind of jokes right there. Look at him. He's like, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, they're having a dad connection right here. All right, let's go. I'm sorry, chat.
included, like maybe an expedition that you want to talk about, Mike?
There is an expedition. So one of our latest expeditions, it goes along the story of the ancients and that relationship with the Romans and that Roman legion. And so it takes place in our giant pyramid known as the Ennead. Players are going to obviously group up and they're going to head for the Ennead expedition. New mechanics, so we have like these sentry guards that actually roam some of the halls. So I'm really excited about it. All new loot. Can't wait for players to get in the PTR and check it out.
I cannot wait.
We'll have a lot to show on this over the, as we get closer to the release. And there's one more, well, there's a bunch of more stuff, but there's one more we're going to talk about right now that we've kind of held as a secret until now. And we've heard a lot of feedback from players on our starting experience, how they wanted more variation in AI, more variation in the zones.
So this is more knights, right? This is a different group, as you guys can see. So I can see what's going on over here. All right, I see exactly what is going on over here. If you start in Monarch's Bluff, you will be presented with the Viridian Knight story. So it's like if you start over there, it's a story of the Viridian Knights, and you have Monarch's Bluff, which is now a castle, right? And then it's gonna be a knight story. It looks like if you start in this, what is this, Windsward? This looks like Windsward over here.
everything to feel different, especially more variation.
Or
in questing.
Everfall.
So we've revamped the first 25 levels of the experience. And
oh my God, look at that, dude.
so we've revamped the first 25 levels of the experience. And we cannot wait to share
that's
it with
Monarch's
everyone
Bluff.
and get people in to see it. Again, we're going to do a much deeper dive on this next month.
Oh my God, Chad.
But our goal is to get it out there. We think we've addressed like enough to make everyone think, wow. The goal is to get it out there. We think we've addressed like enough.
Look at this. This is another faction now. Another different type of mobs, all right?
To make everyone
you
think.
see, these are like the yellow with the leaf thing. So they're adding different factions, like NPC factions, right? Like we're gonna have the Viridian Knights, we're gonna have the dudes with the maze that we saw before, right? And now these yellow monsters over
awesome.
here, we don't know who they are. They look like I don't know, like witches and shit.
You know, start validating that with players. We're going to take those learnings and apply them all the way through the entire questing experience.
You should, 100%.
Another thing, like this release is really big.
It is, dude. It is.
Here. There's a lot of stuff we haven't even talked about yet, and we can't wait to get into. But it's exciting, which is why we're devoting a couple of dev updates to it. Get into, but it's exciting.
I kind of like that one.
Which is why we're.
I really like this one.
A couple of.
I don't like this one. I like the previous one better. Bring it back.
Dev updates to it. So with that, let's switch bases and talk about territory management just a little bit. Dan, do you want to talk about like some of the big issues you've been hearing from players?
For sure, yeah. Since we've been live, it's been really cool. To see how these systems scale. Like, I mean, we've obviously done a lot of scale testing over the years, but nothing compared to what we've seen since we've launched. There's a lot that we want to do with it. I mean, we've heard feedback loud and clear from all different kinds of players. We're kind of taking a like short-term and long-term approach. In the short term, I think we mainly want to address three key issues, meaning the economic balancing issues that we've been hearing about. The shell companies, I think we're all friends here. Like, we all know they're called shell companies. It's when you create like multiple companies in order to kind of bypass certain things. We're going to address that. And then the third thing that we're going to address is, help me out here. We just talked about it.
The crafters being left out.
That's the one.
That's the
Crafting. They need to make crafting good, dude.
one.
Almost left him out of
See,
the
I have cheat. I have a note.
There's a lot to the territory mechanics, in all seriousness. So like, there's a lot of things we want to fix, like I said. So those big three, we're gonna take action on within the next couple of releases. Our goals for them are basically for the economy. We're gonna do some things to kind of.
Is the audio of the video okay, chat? Is anybody else having some issues?
Spread the money around. So like right now, Everfall and Windsward, I think everybody knows, like those are the territories to own, right? And the other ones are less important. So we wanted to address that. And then we also wanted to address kind of like the runaway win condition of, once you have those two territories, like you quickly just generate enough wealth to just be unstoppable. We want to fix that. We want to make it so that, you can be competitive by owning like Greek water or something like that. So that's coming soon. That's coming the soonest. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to try to address shell companies in a few ways. We've been talking to players a lot, reading their feedback and actually going back and forth. We're not going to do like a standard just company switching cooldown, but we're going to do something very similar to that, which hopefully won't if you join a company and you decide it's not for you, you'll still be able to leave. But what it will do is you'll have a cooldown on when you can join a war. And then we're going to combine that with a minimum requirement on defense. So where if you're defending your territory in a war, you're going to have 35 players. Well, I shouldn't have said the number because we don't know for sure the number. It's going to be at least 35, maybe as many as 50. But the idea being that like if you're defending a territory, you have to have mostly your company defending it, combined with that switching cooldown.
Dude, that is amazing, dude. Dude, yes. All right. So for those of you that don't understand what he said, all right, let me clarify what he said. So what happened is all of the time, all right? What happened all the time is, so let's say you have company A, all right? I'm going to put it very simple so everybody's on the same page, all right? So you have company A, and then it's time to push Everfall. So what do? This company A breaks down into like 5 different companies now. So you have company A, company B, C, D, E, right? And now you have 5 different companies pushing this territory, right? Whenever it's declared time, you have way more chances on getting selected from one of these 5 companies, right? Meaning that if 3 purple companies push, right, and they only push with the main companies, now you have way more percent to get selected for that war as the purple company to go into the war. Now what they do is then they go change the name to, instead of being, you know, company A B, is now company A2, you know, and now it's the same people. Now they put a different timer for the war. And so what they're doing now is, whenever you leave a company and you join another company, you cannot participate in a war until a certain amount of time. I don't know exactly, maybe 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it is, right? So they did that. That is gonna help that. And the other thing is, you are forced to have people of the company. He said 35 minimum, possibly up to 50. What does this do? Meaning that you cannot get the people from your own company that left and join B company to push, right, and have more chances of winning. Now those people cannot participate in your roster because they are company B and not, you know, they're not the main company. So these 2 changes are outstanding. These 2 changes are outstanding. We'll see exactly how that works out, but in idea, sounds great. I really like Dan. All right. I really like this guy. For some reason, this guy is very smart. All right. I really like him. I like this. I like that dev a lot. He said defense only.
Is going to hopefully address the number one reason why people.
Well, yeah, defense, attack is okay. Attack is okay, but defense, yeah, after you take it, it's fine. After you take it, it's fine. But whenever you create steel company A, B, and C, and D, if those companies leave, they won't be able to join your roster. Therefore, he's bald too. Oh, he's bald though. It's fine. It's fine. So even the other companies, you know, even if you have more chances of winning, the other companies won't be able to participate in this roster. All right, this works great. This works very good. Although the only thing that I'm seeing is, what happened if company A, B, C, D, or E, one of them win the trade, and then company A, which is the main company, they can participate on the attack. They need to address it on the attack as well. The attack needs to be addressed. They both wearing camo shorts. Look at them. They are both. Oh, you cannot see these guys? Look. Oh, hold on. Look. They are both wearing. I'm telling you, they have a connection. These 2 guys, they work together. All right. Look, dark gray shirt, beard, camouflage shorts, kneecaps, camouflage shorts. All right. 100% these 2 guys are in the same boat. The only thing is that this one, as you guys can see, right, this guy has no top hair, but he's getting there. All right, he's very close. As you guys can see, we can see it in the horizon. I think they might have been spending too much time together. All right, it's time for you to take a little break. That way you don't lose your hair as well. All right. He's. All right, here we go.
Companies, which is to be able to like fight multiple wars in the same day.
So these changes, like, what's our goal with them? Like, is it to be more fair? Is it so everybody's got a shot at taking part in this?
Sure.
I think that, you know, different players have different motives for wanting to join in on it, but most of them want to win and they want to feel like they're winning. So just like, what's our motivation for these particular changes?
Yeah, like we want to make it so that if you're a competitive company, you can still, you know, aspire to to like a little empire that you're building.
Right.
But we don't want it to be possible for you to
Control the whole
reason
map.
shell companies are bad is because
That was such an awful question from her, though. Like, damn, he's more confused now than he was before. He was all right. He was focused, and then God damn it. All right.
it's obviously just a way to work around the limitation that the original system had built in, where like because your company has the same siege time every day for all the territories, that meant well, you can't fight in more than one war at the same time. So
Right.
that was meant to be kind of a limiting device on the number of territories you can own, but obviously you can just defeat that by using shell companies. So we want to close that.
I think we want, I mean, at a high level, I think how we're thinking about it is we want to make it a fair environment, but still rewarding. However, not so rewarding that if you're not in this, you feel like you could never catch up and never get there, right?
Yeah.
All right. So essentially what? Okay. So for those of you that didn't get it, right? This will mitigate that one company controls the whole thing. All right. Probably not. Because we saw what happened in Abaton, all right? We saw what happened in Abaton where one company had the same siege timer and nobody wanted to attack them. Nobody wanted to attack them just because they knew that if they will fight them, they will lose. But at the same time, if they would have attacked different zones, they would have taken these territories, right? I don't think, as long as the server remains competitive and people don't give up, I think that even if the company had the same timer for siege, and they're very strong, you can still take them down. All you gotta do is work with the other faction. You cannot be so self-centered that you're like, oh, I'm not gonna ask help from yellow and we also need to stop looking at double declares as a bad thing. All right, it's not a bad thing. You know who made it a bad thing? The companies that were not able to defend many territories have won, and they made it a bad thing. They were like, "Oh, you're being pussies. You're double declaring. You don't want to fight us." Well, yeah, right. But you know what? It doesn't matter because that is how you win, and you create chaos within this territory, and that is exactly how you take the big companies. Now, all you have to do is not give up. Give up.
Owning territory is really cool, and it should have some awesome rewards and be powerful, but not so much that
the left one has
can just
Mongol
destroy
right now, and the right one is as Mongol in the
all
future.
this in a fair way.
Yeah.
And then with the crafting, I would add
This one right here is a present as Mongol, and this as Mongol in the future.
that on the crafting side, I think crafters who don't participate in the war and any of that stuff sometimes can get left out in the dark where, hey, I can't get access to a tier 5 station or this or that. So we want to make sure that they have opportunities to not be blocked by gameplay that they don't really participate in.
Yeah.
Other thing I just want to really quickly touch on, these changes are touch so many systems that we're taking our time with them, because the last thing we want to do is step in, change something and make something worse or break something we didn't think about. There's a lot of moving pieces here, and we have to treat them with delicate hands.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In other words, he said, we better not fuck this up. All right. In other words, he said, we better not fuck this up, because if we start working on too many things at the same time, we're going to fuck the whole game. All right. We need to take one at a time, take care that we don't break the whole thing. And then people, whenever they create a new character, the character starts in goddamn the middle of Merc. You start in the middle of Merc and you have Thorpe in your ass already chasing you with a great sword.
Anything else we want to talk about on territory management?
I think we're moving in a good direction. As you said, Scott, it's going to be slow to get there because we want to be very methodical and meticulous with those changes. But I think that this is something that players have been asking for, and we're going to deliver. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to keep investing in the systems long term, and it's been awesome to see everybody having fun with them so far.
Awesome.
All right. Rollout plan.
Shifting back to the
This is what happened in the PTR.
Brimstone release. Katie, let's talk about the PTR rollout plan.
Okay.
Sure. So for those not savvy to what PTR is, that's the public test realm. I know you were wondering, Willette. So I'm glad I explained it. So similar to what we saw with the Summer Medley Fair content, Barnacles and Black Powder, Group Finder, those all hit the PTR at different times. so that we could focus our scale testing on each of those. We're going to continue that when it comes to the Brimstone Sands release. So we're not releasing all of the things that we just talked about at the same time.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
The first thing that players will see, or that we're anticipating players will see on the PTR, is that starting experience that you were talking about.
All right. So this right here, chat, is Monarch's Bluff. All right. Look, this is Monarch's Bluff right here.
Scott. So that's the first thing that they're going to see.
Look at that, boys. You're going to become a goddamn castle, dude. A goddamn castle, dude.
They'll see the great sword during that time too. So those are the two main things that we're putting out there, along with the.
Hold on. Let me see these abilities being used.
They'll see the great sword during that time too.
So this one over here is like a shield breaker. You guys see the little figure? It's very quick. He has a sword and a shield. All right, and it's a very quick animation. Boom! You see it right there? It's a very quick animation. Probably that will break shields. All right. Probably it's like shield breaker, that if you use it on a shield, it immediately breaks it, right? So if you have a guy with a shield and you come in with this ability, you might break it immediately.
Main things that we're putting.
And then he uses the Q ability, that is one swing to the left, one swing to the right, and then a slam on the ground. That is pretty dope. I hope that you could cancel that animation at any swing.
Thousands of other changes that we put in this game that you can only find in the patch notes, because we cannot.
We gotta watch them, chat. We gotta watch them and see.
But then after players have had a time to help us scale test that, then we're going to introduce Brimstone Sands. So those will all be available on the PTR before we do the release in October.
And we're introducing
We got Cleopatra over here.
Change and so much new stuff that we really need the community to get in there and help us test this. We're even adding a little more time than normal to have the PTR.
I will be there, Scott.
Because
I will be there testing the shit out of it.
Everything and have time to address it. Like,
chat, we're gonna do that the whole PTR. We're gonna really help the devs this time.
It's not only bug free but fun, that we're hitting the right notes. I think is super important.
I think that's probably more important than the other bugs, which of course, like, we want to get their bug reports. But I think the thing, when at least this first hits PTR, what we really want is, number one, the scale that we can't create on our own, which is individual players playing individually, not acting like bots, but, you know, going in and roughing up the build as
September,
like, as
I think the end of September, chat.
And then letting us know if it's fun. Is this something that, like, you were excited to see this new content? Is this something that you have?
Volume is very low. Is it, chat? Is the volume low or is it okay? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Low, it's good. All right. I'm going to increase it a little bit more. Yeah, pretty low. Fine for me.
Suggestions for us.
Maybe you have the stream low, chat.
Always put in those in the forums. They put in like mega threads for feedback. That's where you should put your sentiment. Put all the bug reporting, in-game feedback that goes into like these models that parse it for us and put it in the right buckets for people. But if you want to give us feedback on, you know, was this fun or not? Where do you think we could improve? What are we doing really well that you want us to double down on? It's the forums. That's the best place to let us know.
Yeah, and especially with the starting experience, because we've redone the quests, we've redone a lot of the story and lore, all of the architecture you're going to see.
Everfall, chat. Everfall, all right?
Is been changed.
Boom, baby. Look at Everfall, chat. It's like dude, it's literally a city now. Although this didn't change much. I wish this had better rock, probably they will make it. Either remove it or put it something else. That doesn't match this. This is a bunch of rocks put together here. This is definitely a different story.
AI is different. So are we hitting the mark? Is it getting where you want it? And if so, please tell us that. But even more importantly is where we're missing, like Katie said. That's what we can action on the most. Yeah. So that would be helpful.
Yeah, so join us in the PTR, everybody.
This was a fun, different kind of approach to the dev update, so I really appreciate y'all coming and helping with it. Can't wait till October with the Brimstone release, and we'll see you all in September with another dev update.
There it is. All right. That was awesome, chat. That was really, really awesome. I'm super excited, super excited for this.